Good evening and welcome to another scene in A Desert the Dark Crusade. Tonight we have, well, it's almost becoming a recurring event. We start in Madeline's Haven. Madeline has been walking around, just doing her normal things. Right now she is her help, her female servant of some description. It's just tidying up in the kitchen. Madeline herself is sitting at her usual table, and as always, she's reading. She's actually expecting a guest tonight.
She will actually get a knock.
The door will be opened by the female servant. So, good evening.
I have come here to see Lady Madeline.
Ah, and you can see that she thinks for a couple of seconds. Regis, my lord, and then she kind of curtsies. She's not as rehearsed in it. That's fairly obvious, but she's trying. And she will lead you in through a door to a fairly modestly furnished room. It's not extravagant. It's not like it's obviously somewhere where probably Madeline spends quite a bit of time, but it's not like there is like luxurious furniture or anything, but it's serviceable. And Madeline will just look up as soon as the door opens, and she will just come over to you and just kiss you on both sides of your face, and she'll just say, "Ah, good evening and welcome. Please, girl, you can leave. It is fine."
We just will smile. Takes a deep breath and then smiles, and he says, "It is a pleasure to see you again. I am honored by your invitation to this beautiful house."
Well, that is the least I could do. You have had well, you've been very courteous and given me company a couple of times now. And she'll just go over to like as the girl nods, Madeline will just look at her. "Please bring the refreshments," as the girl leaves, and Madeline will go over to the table. She will close the book she was reading.
Regis actually will check that book. What is she reading?
Do you have? I'm guessing you can read Arabic and French like everyone, but do you have any other like Latin or stuff like that?
I will post the languages I know in chat, but those are, I all see knowledge.
Okay.
Just
okay.
Don't tell anyone.
No, perfect. You can see that this book is written in Greek.
Okay.
The subject matter, though, is a little. I mean, whether or not you have any doubts in occult.
He doesn't have a cult. He is not interested in a cult.
Okay. It's
boring.
The title doesn't ring a bell.
Mm-hmm. While Regis is following her towards the table, and he says, "I did not know that you spent time in Greece."
Well, actually, I did not. Well, I spent time in a place that taught me Greek.
Constantinople?
No. A prison by a different name. And she holds out a hand, gestures you to sit. at the table, and
Mm-hmm.
she sits down as well, and just that was in my mortal days, long ago.
He smiles. I hope your days were fine in the at the moment. The I shit. Sorry. I hope your nights were fine. Time that we didn't meet.
Well, in the end, the bad nights and the bad days of one's well existence, both as kind and canine, does shape one to what one becomes afterwards. But I thank you for your kindness.
He smiles. There's a lot of things happening at the city.
Oh, very much so.
I met with the Irene after I met with you in our special place. He kind of smiles when he says our special place.
Hmm.
Um, the I'm sure she told you there is this there are these people who are in size of young individuals who are climbing at walls that they shouldn't be able to climb. The watch is what I heard something about watch doing something.
Hmm. People climbing the city walls
Yep.
can be a problem.
Especially if they are not should be able to do that in with those feet. The silence has been breached. I'm actually interested in securing the silence that has been breached at the wedding.
Oh, as we all should be. Tell me,
Maybe he listens.
what would you do you have any plans of securing this? I am quite certain that the prince is already seeing to some of these matters. I'm sure
Um,
everyone would be pleased to know that you would assist, of course.
um oh, see, I'm sorry. Can you say it again? I didn't understand what she said.
Oh, she essentially she just said that the prince is probably already working on it, but
Hmm.
she's sure that he will appreciate you helping out. But moreover, she asked if you have any plans, anything specific you were planning to do
Hmm.
in this regard.
The As I have said the day we met, I wish to meet with the sheriff. Um, Maybe I already have said that I wish to have your beautiful presence there as well, as we both agreed that maybe we might go after this bat creature and learn reasons about why it arrived here. So that's actually the thing that I actually want to do. The Let's go talk with the sheriff, learn the process. Maybe he needs help, and if we can't find anything, I'm sure we will be able to find a list of people from Nagasi. I think this is something Nagasi should do, but well, the clan Gangle does not known as a clan who has the means to handle has the means to handle this type of problems.
I suppose that makes sense. It would seem that he could use a bit of help in certain aspects. But you mean to investigate the creature that was staked at the wedding and find out if it has friends or relatives, Marlek?
Yes.
Hmm. Do you have any experience in such fields? Interrogation.
He smiles. I know enough interrogation to know that there's two types of interrogation. Where the one that you use certain methods to learn out of the subject of the interrogation. And the second is to create a mental image of you will do the worst things to the individual, and they share in the information willingly. Sometimes people doesn't talk, and there needs to be actions, certain actions. And sometimes all they need to hear is certain words. I am good at those words.
Hmm. Well, I find, I suppose that we could help out the sheriff. I do not see any problem with this. And if you, well, if you wish to take this initiative, I would be happy to join you in this.
He smiles. I wanted to ask you another question.
Please go ahead.
The I have seen the Baron Ulrich, pardon, the Prince Ulrich, has announced his princedom over the new city Tamaran.
Yes.
And he said that it will be a new version, a new hope for the dream.
Indeed.
As a person who was interested in the dream and have been in Constantinople for a while, I would like to invest in Tamaran. It's a new city. It will need many things, I'm sure. The Baron Ulrich, a part of the Prince Ulrich, and the clans, many clans that is aiding him, is interested to, and they have nearly everything is under control. But new cities, I don't think that would be a problem if a Toreador, who were among the clans in the dream, among the Trinity, would try to help to this new hope for the dream.
If you are a follower of the dream, I do not see any reason why Ulrich would turn you away. However, I would I would very much advise you to ask a audience with him to discuss this matter personally. It
I will be very
is,
happy.
well, I mean, I could, of course, if you wish it, take it to his attention as to see if he is, well, he has many things that he needs to see to, of course, but I could ask of him if there is anything that he would perhaps ask of you to show your loyalty to the dream. I do not know myself, but it is just a guess.
He smiles, and then he says, "You were his seneschal. I presume
Yes,
you're going to continue your position when he goes to the city?"
well, in a sense, he is already there, in certain
Oh,
respect. But if he wishes my advice, I will, of course, give it.
he smiles. The I think it would be really beneficial for Clan Lusambra to have Toreador presence and aid in such investment.
There is surely quite a lot of commerce, a lot of beneficial actions, enough benefits from this new development, and, well, the Holy Land is a land of opportunity. Not much is certain. I can take this to Ulrich's attention, if is that what you wish, or would you like to discuss it personally with him?
I will send him a letter soon, but if it's in your interest to aid me, as he smiles when he says that, in such endeavors to have a good relationship with the clan Toreador, you, I will never stop you.
Hmm. I do find Toreador as very exquisitely good company. Yourself, Joanna, and others.
I am happy with the Lasambra I have seen. The Prince Ulrich is a known person, so are you. Even your fledglings are well educated and really wise.
Boy, such seems to be our ways.
As he smiles, Ben says, "I heard Lady Katerina is really interested in the proving that her belief is stronger than Lady Astor and Nerventrue and Scylla. Have you heard the rumor?"
Oh yes, they both seem to want to prove their commitment to their respective philosophy, I suppose you could say.
Just a second, somebody calls me. I'll be right back, okay?
Sure. Oh, wait. Intermission.
My apologies, I'm back.
No problem at all.
Um, I have heard that the it is very it is becoming very interesting for the clans to have this adversary, as he smiles.
Hmm. I do not know if it is a necessity for our kind, but it seems to be something that tends to happen every once in a while. Adversaries within the clans, within the roads or philosophies. If it is a point of pride or a point of, I do not know, com- competition, whatever the case, it seems to be something that happens. I am. The thing that surprises me the most is that it is indeed, um, well, Ancilla and not neonates who would engage in such things. But I suppose if they have known each other for some time, well, certain rivalries can become a lot more contentious with time. I do not care. I must admit I do not pay too much mind.
I am hoping that they actually will enjoy this rivalry as best as they can, as he smiles.
Good things and bad things will come of it.
Anyway, is there any way I can interest you
Well,
to, as he kind of looks at Madeline's eyes, to have a better and the more closer beneficial relationship between you and me?
well, that depends on quite a few things. But I'm sure that there are ways. Your clan is not something do not find foreign. I find it quite intriguing. His first step, making sure that this city is indeed safe and the silence is kept, seems to be a good first step. But of course, if you were to forge a closer relationship with Ulrich, I would very much welcome this. I do believe that that would bring us quite a bit closer.
That city will need many things, and I think I will be able to provide those.
That would be very good.
I do wonder that the what's kind of I do wonder why actually this city doesn't have any harpies.
In a certain sense, it does already, but you mean that there are no official positions?
Who is the unofficial harpy?
Well, there are certainly gossips in the city. I would say they were to be the first to looked at, but, well, I would have to say that the first thing to be looked into in such a matter would be the Keeper of Elysium. No?
He smiles. Yes, that's true.
Oh, well, that would at least be the place I would start to look as to why this is the case. I have wondered myself, honestly.
Hmm. I guess we will see who is going to become a harpy. It's usually a position that has been attained all by themselves.
Yes. And it should be. What is the case, or what is not the case at the moment? I honestly could not say.
He smiles. Well then, I am really happy for this meeting.
It is always a pleasure.
I think the great future in Odessa waits for us. But I thank you for allowing me to see yourself one more time. Kind of smiles.
Oh, the first of, well, another time of many, hopefully.
Hopefully. It was lovely to see you again, Madeline.
Indeed it was. But tell me, when do you, will you let me know by letter when you intend to see the sheriff?
Of course, as I have said, we will go to see him together.
Oh, so but you do not have a, well, an arrangement or a meeting set up yet. It is something to come in the future.
Oh, see, I didn't get it again. I'm sorry.
No, no. She asks, this is something you're going to do at a later time. You don't have it set up already.
The OOC, I talked with Evan, but he said he's not free today, so
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, okay, okay.
I have talked with the sheriff. Sorry for the voices. He said he will be free soon. He said he is busy.
He has many things to see to.
Of course. As he gets up, it was again, this haven looks fantastic.
Yeah, it is. I like to keep things, well, somewhat measured. Luxury can be afforded from time to time, but, well, It is not always. One should not linger in luxury all the time.
I agree. See you later, Madeline.
See you later, and I hope to hear from you very soon.
You will.
And Madeline will get up, and she will follow you. Well, she will lead you to the door and bid you farewell.
Okay. Will be the moment we end our scene.
Thank you very much, players, for playing and watchers for watching. Good night.